I'm going to show you how to create easy sunsets. You know how when you're looking at a photograph and you go, wait, the photo doesn't look as beautiful as the sunset looked when I took the photo? Or what if you're out there and you're painting and the sun is like beautiful for about 3 seconds and then it goes down, right? And like, how do you do this? Well, we have Ryan Jensen on today, and Ryan's going to talk about sunsets and painting that light in the sunset. And so you want to really get that feel of sunset, you want to watch today, because he's going to show you how to do it. And of course, Ryan is a very impressionistic painter, and you're going to love doing this with him today. Ryan Jensen, welcome to Art School Live.
Hey, good morning, Eric. Thanks for having me.
Good morning. Hey, so what is it about sunsets anyway? Tell us a little bit about what you're going to teach today.
They're too fast. They go away too quick. There's never enough time to paint one. And today I want to simplify the process and show you just how to translate difficult painting quickly, like how to think about it on a color spectrum. So
okay, so you're painting sunsets in plein air. So you know, here's an example of one at a boatyard somewhere, and just absolutely stunning, and it's got the feel for it. So you're going to show us how to do that. I think this is really excited. So we're going to get this thing started right now, and we'll just see how it goes. And welcome to Art School Live.
It's Art School Live with Eric Rhodes.
Yes, today is Ryan Jensen. Ryan, take it away.
Great, Eric.
Where's your energy, Ryan? What did I get you out of bed or something?
Yeah, you got me up way too early today.
Yeah, you normally sleep till noon. I know. Yeah.
Well, I want to do a good job, and sometimes when I get on camera and stuff, I become an entertainer and stuff. But today, I really want to focus and I'm really thinking about what I want to do. I'm connecting with my scene. One thing I want to do when I'm painting is in the studio is I want to adapt a plein air mindset. Now, I have a white canvas in front of me, and I'm going to try to both entertain you and show you some cool things here and do some painting tricks. And so you don't go to sleep, for one. And two, leave you with some awesome tips and tricks for your tool bag here. So here we go.
Okay, wait. I just want to say one thing. I hope I don't get this wrong. You were a Marine, right?
Correct.
All right. I want to first off say thank you for your service. And the other thing I want to say is that if anybody thinks that tough guys don't paint, Ryan Jensen paints, and he's about as tough as they get.
Oh, Eric.
Oh, Eric.
You know me too well. Here we go.
All right.
So the sun is the boss of everything. It's the center of our light. It's our light source. It's everything, right? So I want to think about the sun as my hottest, most brightest value, obviously, right there. I'm going to put the sun right here. I have a marina scene in front of me, reflections in the water, a bunch of stuff. I have a white canvas. This white canvas is really dangerous. Here we go. Let's start making this thing warm. Let's just cover this whole canvas as quick as possible I'm mixing a little bit of cad red and cad yellow deep with a bunch of white, and I'm just covering the space. Now, when I show people to paint like this, no one does this. They don't attack it, but I got a big canvas here and I don't have a lot of time. Okay, this is gonna just show your canvas and the world who's boss here real quick. It's gonna.
So I'm going to be curious how you're going to turn this into an actual sunset painting. Are you thinning that down with something?
Yeah, so I'm thinning it down with Gamsol. I mean, actually, it looks crazy. It looks like a Jackson Pollock right now, but really just watch this process.
All right. I'm anxious to see how this develops.
We got a little reflection here. Give me a sec.
There we go. Oh, it's back. There we go.
All right.
All right. He's a pro.
And then so towards the center here, here's where my sun's gonna be. Right here, I am going to start. Let's think about this as orange. This is yellow now. So cad yellow medium in here. And then we're gonna go to, it's already white. So let's just go even, so to a cooler yellow right in the middle,
Why a cooler yellow?
because let's say this is a color spectrum here. I'll show that in a little bit, actually, Eric. I want to show you why. So now it's going to a sun. So we're thinking about this as the brightest, hottest thing in the sun. I still haven't even painted that yet. But without doing much of anything, we're going white, cad yellow light, cad yellow medium, cad yellow deep, cad orange, cad red, alizarin crimson, ultramarine blue, and then it's a whole color spectrum. So from
All
right
right.
here, you'll see, we just want to think of, we want to stop thinking about this as boats and everything, just think a whole color spectrum going outward,
All right.
which I'll show you here in a sec.
Okay. So I'll just pull up a color wheel, everybody, just so you can see a color wheel and just to get a sense of the full spectrum. Can we pull that up, please? There we go.
Good.
All right.
And so we got our orange
So
right
as you
here.
can see, the yellow and then the orangey yellow and then the orangier, and so on all the way to the red. So that gives you an idea of what he's doing here.
And so just have fun with it. Really just have a great time. I'm going to make this color wheel going outward. And I'm not thinking about boats or anything. And you can actually do this a little premeditated before you go out on some canvases. So one real cool thing you can do is to throw up colors of the color spectrum on your painting as an underpainting and just craziness and throw it on there in a bunch of different ways. But you see how this, like, to have color happening, so you just, then you go representationally over the top of a bunch of random colors. And colors start to click. They're easier to mix. Colors don't like exist in isolation. They're easier to judge what they are when they're next to other colors.
Right. Everything's about relationships.
Yeah. All right, so here we go. And so you'll see here, we're going all the way to blue here. I really want to make this as simple as I possibly can for everyone that's watching.
Yeah, well, this has really got me confused as I look at the reference image. And so I'll be really curious what happens as you try to paint this sunset. So
And
very
like
cool.
I said, I want to do something different. I want to show people right now, I want to show the tribe a cool way to think about this, that it's just so much fun.
What do you guys think? Say something in the comments. We'd love to hear your comments on this and questions. You guys are really lucky to be able to see Ryan Jensen paint. He is so much fun to watch in person and plein air. He's a crazy man. Last year at this time at the plein air convention, you had your kids out there. You were doing mountain climbing.
Yeah. That was such a great time. My kids talk about that often. They want to know when they can go rock climbing again.
Yeah, really.
All right. So now I might want to, if I was really wanting to make perfect circles and perfect thing, I could go further and really make a nice color wheel going again from white to cad yellow light to cad yellow medium. You know, this is the cad yellow medium right here. Kind of mess it up. Cad yellow deep, cad red, alizarin crimson, ultramarine blue. but we don't have time. The sunset is almost gone. But so now let's just paint everything else in this scene that's not a boat, the sky and the water.
All
And
right.
let's just call all of that yellow. Let's just call the sky yellow back there.
I don't get it. I'm confused. I'm sure it's all going to come together, but it's like, why did you lay that down and then cover it again?
Because right now, I'm so glad you asked, Eric. This is called right brain, right? So I put some darks down. And now, I mean, everything that's right in here is going to be boats. And everything that's going to be yellow is the area that's not boats, the negative space.
Right.
And so even the water, this is going to be kind of a little bit difficult to see what I'm doing, I guess, if you're not in my brain, right? That's what's so fun about it.
I think it would be scary to be inside of your brain, Ryan.
Trust me, Eric, it is the absolute best.
That was a compliment, of course.
All right. So even I can't even see what I've done yet.
So this is the important part called stepping back.
Right. So I stepped back. I also looked at it in my mirror to see what kind of opportunities are presenting themselves. Like you want to surprise yourself with what you're doing. All right, here we go. So we did some negative. Let's do some more negative space. I want to hop into positive shapes, which are these boats, but I'm not gonna yet. I'm not gonna quite do that yet. Well, I want to though.
Yeah. Oh, it's because that's the fun stuff, right?
Yeah. Oh,
If you're just tuning in, Ryan Jensen is teaching us how to do an easy sunset and to do it very almost seems like counterintuitively. There's a big word.
all right. So
Okay.
I really want to get you guys on board by painting the positive shapes yet, but I'm not going to. I just shouldn't do it yet.
All right.
Just gotta wait. Gotta be patient. Now I'm gonna start creating a little bit of. I'm gonna start. The circles were a little bit dominant. I was just going to the circles, so I got to start breaking up these circles. And I'm really putting some paint down. I'm really going for it. I might even take my paper towel like this and
You're deconstructing now a little bit.
yeah.
Is that pure white you put in there?
Yeah, it's pure white right in the middle. And now I really want to keep that area safe and sacred right in here. And work everything in there. Probably not much I need to do, but you see how light works. And that's what this really is, this lesson's about, is light. That's the light, okay? Like, we want to create the effect of sunlight going outward. And we've all looked at things that are next to the sun, and those things get blinded out by this haze. We want atmosphere in that piece, in that painting, right? So like, maybe there's not a lot of atmosphere, but we can create a little bit of atmosphere and add to it. So that atmosphere, these backlit particles that are in the air, they're catching sunlight, right? And they're creating this glow. So that's a boat right there. There's going to be a little boat. That's a boat. But like the closer these particles are to the sun, the more,
More red they are.
yeah.
All right.
All right.
Well, this is going to be
So-
interesting to see how you did this.
So now I'm gonna stop and end it. Home.
You
And
every
now-
time I watch you paint, you surprise me.
Good.
The way these things work out always surprise me. I think I surprise you sometimes.
Yeah, Eric, you do. And you'll notice the colors of this, like the greens and stuff. We didn't introduce green on that. But the green starts to show up when you start to mix yellows. So colors start to mix. So it's kind of nice. All right.
Our
So
guest
now I'm
today is
thinking-
Ryan Jensen. We're doing easy sunsets. You do make it look easy.
Gotta stand up and look back.
And people tuning in from all over the world today, make sure you tell us where you're watching from. Thank you.
All right. So now, as I'm looking at this, it's time, Eric.
It's time. What are you
It's
going to
time for
do
a
now? Wait a minute.
Time
Wait a
for
minute.
palette knife.
Ah,
I gotta push this. I gotta push some shapes up here. Okay. We gotta make some masts going up in the sky.
wow.
Gotta create some point line masks. And I don't know who's watched my videos before, but Joe Wayne, a master painter I met down at Laguna Beach, Joe Wayne taught me about point line masks. And point line masks is just getting, like, this is a mass up here. Within this mass, this large area, I need a point and a line. I need a line and a point. And this helps keep energy going throughout the piece. It's just a thing. But now I might dip into a little bit more positive shapes. And I'm really cooking right now. You'll notice my attitude, everything about what I'm doing is, I got a lot of energy, Eric.
That's what it's all about.
So now we're dipping into positive shapes. This is the fun part.
You notice how Ryan's not really rendering, he's not sitting there with his brush like a pencil and defining things. Very loose. I wasn't sure how that was going to read with the masks and so on being red, but it really does work, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it's hard to see that when we're out there because, one, like our brain, it tells us that, well, that's a mast, and a mast on a boat is made of wood, and the wood should be brown. But really, there's stuff happening there, and this is what's happening. There's a color spectrum happening from that bright sun, and we would like to push it. But different things are happening every time on location. Little subtleties and difference in the air and the atmosphere and the air quality, right? And so you just want to, that's what's so great about painting on location, is those little nuances that show up in each and every time that make every time special. Is it starting to read, Eric?
Yep. It is starting to read.
All right.
So you're carving out now.
Yeah. And it doesn't need to be that bow or that dock. It doesn't need to be exactly that. But right now I'm like, I'm really just, I'm doing my shapes, the ones that feel good to me. And I'm just taking things away now and just seeing what happens. I'm using a number of things. I'm using the excitement of being on this show, but I'm like,
Well, that's exciting, huh?
yeah.
I should mention that Ryan's got a video with PaintTube TV. It's called Listen Up Your Paintings, and he does a figure. It's really interesting to see how he does figures, not at all what you would expect. And that's at painttube.tv. Also, we're going to put all of Ryan's contact information, et cetera, into the chat so you can follow him. One of the comments says, Ryan is the definition of saying, trust the process.
Yeah, I love that comment. And so what that means for me is like trust the process. You know, it's okay to never like it. Like right now, I'm like, well, if I just was like this, and it was, if this was over here, oh gosh, like trust. No, like, is it? Am I trusting the process? Like, when you're connected to the source, like when, like whatever the source is, I don't even know what it is, but like when I make paintings that, oh gosh, I could never make that again if I tried. You know, that whatever happened in that moment was special. Like when you're doing those, it's so special. I'm always trying to go chase that down and get that happening again. And that's what, like, that's going to be repetition outdoors, painting in a fleeting light. Like, luckily, this sun, when I'm on location, goes down and it's time to pack up and go home. And then we go to sleep and we look at our painting the next day. And we might have hated it when we were doing it, but when we see it the next day, we're like, huh, you know, it's not that bad. I kind of like it. You know, it's okay, I think. And then we put it in a frame and then maybe we show it to people and they're like, I love it. And they're like, huh, it is pretty good. You know, that's what happens to me every time, kind of. And I love that. I love
One
that
of the
about
best
plein air.
paintings I ever did. I was on the coast of California. There was a lighthouse. We were camping. The kids, we got them dinner and then got them to bed. And the sun hadn't gone down yet. And I had 15 minutes to go across the street and paint the lighthouse on the beach. 15 minutes. The wind was blowing about 60 miles an hour. And I had 15 minutes. I got that painting done. It was a small one. It's one of the best paintings I ever did, and even against the odds. So sometimes when you get to instinct, instinct overcomes technique.
Absolutely. And you could set up, I suppose, on that scene again, right? I mean, and get more methodical with it and get things, but it wouldn't have showed up that way, right?
No, it didn't. It didn't have the energy.
All right, so now we're setting up for this reflection that's going to be like, don't we want that reflection coming down so nice? Reflections are really going to create depth for us. It's going to create that sense of place.
Oh, good.
And,
Well, so
you know,
we're going to see how to do reflections as well. That's great.
and so what's happening in the sky? This is going outward from white to cad yellow light to cad yellow medium and so on. It's the same thing's going to happen in our water. So we're setting that up now. Trust the process. What a hard thing to do. Easier said than done. But I just made a runway and right in the middle here. So I'm going outward from, it'll be white to cad yellow light to cad yellow medium. You're never going to forget that now. Here we go.
All right.
And just for the sake of being a showman here, let's make a sunset streak right there. Okay, there it is.
No fear.
And what else? What am I missing? So from here, we can go further into great detail about things, but I want to stand back and allow it to speak to me. So little areas that might catch my eye right now are, this is a little bit kind of like this. So I might want to break that shape up. I'm thinking in terms, before I was thinking in terms of just color, and then I dipped into composition. And now I got to evaluate what I've done. I got to look at it. But I got to break up a little bit of shapes here. Like just, it's amazing how that line just really affects that, because I had this very channeling area.
Right.
And so if that line's there, that line's in the reflection. If this line is here, that line is going to be down in the reflection. And I'm just putting it all with a palette knife there. I highly suggest we try this palette knife stuff if we haven't, and just letting go. So it's okay. I know it's hard, but be a little brave, waste a little paint.
Or waste a lot of paint.
Exactly.
Well, that's one thing we all have a tendency to do. We don't put enough paint out on our palette. Then we run out, we get lazy. We start using other colors instead of trying to put our colors out. Be bold.
Be bold with it. All right, so I'm gonna give this whole thing an area of interest that's a little bit more detailed now. This is also the fun part for us. This is where we'll tend to start to mess up our work. We'll slow it down. So maybe I'll mess this up here. Maybe it was doing just fine, but I want to get this point across. So one area that's kind of definitely a bow, and the rest it should be able to
Just that little move that you made gives it form.
yeah. You know, all right, and now I'm going to soften edges. You know what? A bird just swam right through here. That's a, hey, where? But one thing I like to do is really feel it. Just when you're feeling it, you'll know when you're feeling it. You're just tapped in, and you cannot do anything wrong. It's so much fun. This is why you do it. It's just you're a kid. You love it. It's when we start doing this, like. And we stop looking at our subject, right?
Right.
We gotta look at this more than this. So when you're out there and you want to set up your canvas next to this. Definitely don't put your canvas right here, so you're gonna break your neck. Just boom, 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 and hardly look at your painting. Just look at that. Look at your palette, and just something special is gonna happen there if you can do that. And this is just about done, Eric. And I might take this later. Let's get a little crazy with it.
Oh, let's get crazy. I think
Let's
so.
get crazy with this thing here. Let's put some more masks. So this mask right here is important because it helps us from not getting out of the painting. This mask is the main cluster. And that's nice because if we had one here and one here and one here, in theory, that's a pattern setting. We don't want a pattern. We want juxtaposition of shapes. So this one here, cluster here. And then so we need a different kind of one happening over here, either a lot or a little, but I see a pattern if I put one here, that cluster here. So this is likely going to have to be left alone, kind of like that. Does that make sense what I just said, kind of?
No, nothing you say makes sense.
I didn't think so.
But it's fun to watch you struggle. Okay, he's getting up again and going out and stepping back. Notice how often he does that. So important. What's going through your mind right now?
Well, being on camera is hard because you don't want people to fall asleep, and you want people to also just like learn and have like, I'm trying to take this and have this go through the camera to you. So, because that's how I get my inspiration. I'll see something and I'll get exposure to that thing, and it's like an energy transfer. So I can just transfer this energy, like my vibe
We
to
just
you.
got it. We just got it. Thank you for that.
Good.
All right.
That's what I'm thinking about, and I'm wondering if it's working. And I think it is. I can feel you, that one artist, whoever you are right now, watching this, being like, "I gotta go paint," you know.
Well, there is only one person watching, so. So will you put, I'm just kind of curious, will you put some highlights in on like edges where that sun is hitting the side of that boat, or is that going to kind of stay the way it is?
Well, let's see here. I don't want to put any highlights on that boat because it's going to distract. I mean, I love highlights, Eric. I'm a highlight fiend. I'm a frosting fiend. I love frosting and I love highlights. But there is something I can do with it.
I'm just curious.
I'm not gonna let you down.
No,
we're
you're
gonna
not
get you a
letting me
highlight,
down.
Eric. You deserve one. Okay, you've been working
All
hard.
right, one highlight.
You're gonna get your highlight today. But we're gonna put a little light coming through that window of the boat for you.
Wow, that changed everything, didn't it?
There's your highlight, so to speak, Eric. Okay. And we are gonna do some highlights, Eric. So thank you for reminding me. So this boat over here to the left, let's do
Well,
a
I noticed,
highlight.
you can see the boats in the shadow, the lighter parts of the shadow on some of these. I'm curious how you would do that, or if you would do that.
So this painting is really about the energy
Yeah.
of what's happening there, and it, like I said in the beginning, the plein air mindset. What happens when you go out there and you put your soul from here onto there, and like, good luck if you want to see what your soul looks like. It's like, oh gosh, but this is what my soul looks like. It looks like that kind of. That's a good way of looking at it, but. Let's do some highlights and let's decide what type of highlights they are. I'm so happy that you asked that, Eric. Here we go. So there's warm highlights and there's cool highlights.
Right.
So there's direct sunlight, which is hitting things, creating warm light. And then there's cool light coming down, hitting things, called cool reflective light. And I don't want to get too specific on but I'm just being able to decipher right now. I'm not really seeing any warm highlights except for some there. Yep, I found one.
Found one.
Found one. There's a warm highlight.
Oh, he just disappeared. Well, hopefully he'll come back in a second. His phone or something. There he is. There we get him. Okay. Get
That
him
was the
back.
best part. So there's a little warm highlight for you, Eric, here.
Oh, yeah.
Over here. And so what I would do from here is I would just walk this in slowly into maybe balance this out a little bit. But you can think about this as an underpainting. You can think about this as a finished piece of art, ready to hang.
How are you thinking about it?
I'm thinking I'm just about done and I'm going to sign it. That's what I was thinking about earlier. I was like, I really like this piece. This is really fun.
Yeah.
Because it's real, it's truthful. This really happened. I was really nervous when I did it. It's like, I want to, but I fought through all that. And I'm just gonna sign it right now and be done with this, just to prove
Oh.
a point.
All right. Oh, you'll have time to do another.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. Whoa. I think we started something. He'll have to, I don't know if he's got another canvas or not, but we'll find out.
Do I
Our
have
guest
another
today is
canvas or
Ryan
not?
Jensen. It's Easy Sunsets. Maybe we'll get him to do another version of the same image. All
So
right.
this one's
he's signing it.
available right now. You can purchase this, and I'll throw in the free frame with this because this one is awesome. All you got to do is message me at ryanjensenartwork.com, and you just throw that up in your living room. It's going to light up the space.
All right. Let's see if he can do another one. You have another canvas? Let me show you something else. Here's an image of a same scene he did differently. See how much different that one is? And that just shows you can go a lot of different directions. But this has got a little highlight on a boat in the front. So while he's getting set up, we'll see what else he's going to do. See if he can come up with a similar but different approach. And he's going to have less time to do it. So this is exciting.
Exciting. Here we go.
Here we go.
Wondering what to paint. Wondering what to paint. Oh, yeah. Wondering what to paint. Oh.
We didn't know he's going to be singing for us, so we apologize, folks. Please don't leave us. All right, Ryan's going to do another painting. Are you going to do another sunset? What are you going to do? Are you going to do something completely different?
Yeah, I was hoping to find my cows.
Hey, I got an idea. You ready for
Yeah.
this? Okay, do a portrait of me.
Let's do that.
All right. So he's going to, can you see me?
No.
No.
There you
we
go. I got you. So right away, Eric, let's do
Let's see what's the pose? Something dignified.
Just do something comfortable. Just be normal. Right there.
Yeah. All right.
There you are.
This
There
is
you
going to
are,
be
Eric.
fun.
You look so great. You look so
Thank
good.
you.
There you go. Oh, okay. So right here, real quick, change it to vertical.
You're a brave man. I mean, to do this, very brave. This is the
Okay.
first. No one has done my portrait on this show. It better be good. We'll put it in Fine Art Connoisseur. Add it to my portrait collection. Have you seen my portrait collection? This is scary. Full body. Good. I like it.
So don't be afraid to be a kid when you're doing it. Just have some fun right off the bat. Create that underpainting. And then I hope this helps someone. We just want to get rid of that white canvas. And then I can just take my paper towels. I look at all the white light that's happening on Eric's face, find the highlights.
It's called the wipeout technique.
Yeah.
It's already starting to look like me. So Ryan Jensen is our guest, and he finished one painting. In case you just tuned in, he's decided to do a spontaneous portrait of me.
Now
he's a gutsy guy.
I have to try to imagine what it would be like if that light in that studio was a little bit not so perfect for studio lighting.
You want me to turn one of the lights off?
Yeah, Eric, I'd like this to set the mood a little bit better.
I don't know if I could turn. Let's see here. I'll turn turn all the lights out. No, that's not good. Let's see here.
No, so I already know what's happening. You're fine, Eric. This is my job. This is my job as an artist to redirect the scene. You just keep being you.
I can turn and get some. I need some dark on my face. Here, let me try something. All right, that cut the light down a little bit. A little dark on the face.
When I'm working on a portrait, I'm really not trying to remind myself, oh, I'm not good at portraits. I'll never be like Johnson or Sargent. Like, oh gosh, like I don't want to do that. All I want to do is look at the areas catching light and like just start painting and like just develop the contrast in the room. So now it's like there is your unique process, which is yours. Everyone watching this has a unique process. This is a good thing. Wouldn't that be fun if we were all doing the same thing? No. There's your own process, but there is the principles, which are contrast, is a huge one. And this is what is going, or a lot of us are forgetting, is contrast. So right now I've established some contrast kind of quickly a little bit. That's good. Okay, good. Contrast. What else? The design. Luckily, Eric Rhodes' face is a wonderful design, so I don't need to worry about that.
Thanks to my mother and father.
design.
I kind of look like the Scream right now.
That's what I was hoping you were gonna say. Okay.
Eric the Scream. This is, by the way, if you guys don't understand this, giving a guy 15 minutes to do a portrait in front of thousands of people, that's a pretty courageous thing to do. I'm not so sure I could do it.
All right, so let's talk about a little trick with lips. So lips, there is a.
What's the pose you need
This
here?
lip is in the shadow. This lip is in the light. This lip is in this is in the shadow. So just remember that. So for lips, let's see how quick I can just knock out some lips. So lip. That's how we would like to think about lips. Move on to nose. Move on to eyes, just the whole socket. And then ears back here. And then where else is, we're trying to get the areas catching shadow. And just paint very quickly. Do not let that left brain stuff or that fear and self-doubt stuff start to creep in and get you. Okay, so there is our, I'm really disappointed that there's no cool light happening in this scene. So I'm gonna create my own.
All right.
Here, we're almost done with this,
So there's
Eric.
a little bit of neon hitting the side of my face, a little pink hitting the side. Here, I can go back here and I'll really glow.
Again, Eric. Oh, look at that. This is my job. I'm the artist. I can do all that. Even if it's not in front of me. I mean, it's been said that a great painter can paint what they see, but a world-renowned, the best painter will always paint what they can't see. And that's important. Gosh, you are handsome, Eric. Look at you go. You don't need to do much, do you?
No, I just get up every day. I don't even shower. I don't comb my hair. I just am naturally good looking all the time.
All right, so let's get I would like to fix your nose.
Yeah, I would too.
Just kidding. It's great. You got such a face for painting. No wonder why they all paint you over here. All right, let's go. Gosh. No, I mean it. You really do got a nice.
You can see some of the portraits in the studio. There's a couple of them. Let's see here. I guess the others, you can't really see them. All right.
All right, now look down real quick. With your eyes, yeah. There you go. I might try to close your eyelids just for a sense of mood here.
I'm sleeping.
Just to see what that looks like. And I always want to adjust any anatomy facial features that need to. All right, so here we go.
Yeah, he's got 10 minutes.
Plenty of time.
Plenty of time. So you're really good at controlling your head trash. Ryan Jensen is painting my portrait very spontaneously, last minute thing, in case you just tuned in. A 15, 20-minute portrait.
All right, so if there is light happening, like I'm just gonna say that this is the most dominant side of light. Light is the best on this side, hitting this. This area is catching more light, this area is in shadow. That means I'm gonna have this side back here I'm just gonna have a little bit more thoughtfulness that this will be a little bit more darker. Out here. This side will be a little bit more lighter. And it'll just kind of like gradate into that. And don't worry too much about the background. Just get that contrast stuff going. Now, with our edges here, let's say that this we just want to make this little edge of this the shoulder. It's just gonna disappear right into the background back there. And we'll need a nice highlight happening.
Comments are going crazy.
Good. Now, Eric just looked like he smoked a joint here, so we got to change that. Closing the eyes wasn't good. You look like dopey here, so we got to fix you. Open your eyes back up. There you go.
My producer, Ahmadine, just sent me a note that the tornado warnings sirens are going off where she lives. So she's possibly going to disappear for a minute. Hopefully not forever.
Really?
Yeah.
Does Amadine have a bathroom or with a large toilet or a basement? Does she
I don't know what the story is. She lives north of Austin, about an hour north of Austin. Ah, that made a difference. Guys, enjoying this, put something in the comments. Make sure to share it so other people can see me completely humiliate myself.
Lost it there.
How fun.
There we go. Got it back. Cool.
Didn't take you long to get it back.
I would like to get that little bit of lightness, the way you smile like that. Little things like that is nice.
A lot of people don't like to put smiles in portraits.
Just a little bit. I know. It's so sinister. It's just so cheesy. But it's real. You really do have that. And so these little greens, like there's always like a nice little greens that happen in like those greens we talked about in the boat thing. There's greens that are happening in this face somewhat by accident. I don't want to. Those are happening naturally because I'm painting. Like we want to leave those. Always let those just be.
So I did a screenshot for you that I'll send to you in case you decide you want to work on it further.
Okay.
We've got about 5 minutes. I'm sorry to do that to you, but I have a hard stop.
Can we answer any questions from the audience, Eric? Can help if anyone has any.
Yeah. So anybody's got questions, put them in there.
I also would love to remind people to follow me at Ryan Jensen Art on Instagram. Post a lot
Also, Ryan's got a great video out called Loosen Up Your Paintings. Brian Jensen, you can get it at painttube.tv, and you can watch it on your Roku, your Apple TV, your Amazon TV, or streaming or home, DVD, whatever you want to do. We've got it all. Wow, it's real. That little stroke made it look more like me. How fun.
And just for this, although there is 10 minutes left, let's see if I can show you this closer here. But
Oh, good. That helps. All right.
let's
5 minutes left, but who's counting? We might give you 7.
couple little fixes in there. The shoulders.
One of the
Not
questions is it safe to paint with your fingers?
No,
Okay.
don't ever paint with your fingers. Always wear gloves.
You're not wearing gloves.
Yeah, it's absolutely these chemicals aren't good for you. So I do not be like me and do this like this. But I just was in a rush this morning. I would say fingers are an amazing tool, and if you're gonna go for it, go for it. You know, like, get it.
I wear gloves when I use my fingers.
Cool. Well, yeah, I usually wear gloves too. This morning I was just moving.
No fear.
Well, there is a lot of fear actually. I care so much, and people will like, oh, you're so fearless, you're so you know. And I mean, I just gotta remind people that you know, fear, a good healthy amount of fear, and just addressing the fear. What's going on here? What am I so afraid of? It's just a painting. Let's go for it anyway, and just don't be afraid to mess it up, because this isn't messing up paintings isn't scary. What's scary is, you know, all the other stuff that can happen in life that's really bad. But this messing up a painting is one of the best things ever. It's not scary. So, I mean, messing one up on live, you know, with a bunch of people, that's a little bit more scary. But still, like, yeah, you're not gonna mess up. You know, I would just highly suggest if everyone uh, who wants to get better or paint like I painted today, notice how it was just one giant mess up. Like this was just one giant. Let's go for it. You know, it doesn't. It's gonna be okay. And then channel that inside yourself when you're doing it out there on location. Be like, and just connect and get in the flow and don't be afraid to mess up.
Okay.
You might have some serious art on your hands when you do it.
I have some serious art on my hands already. This is more serious art.
But there's a portrait.
All right.
One thing that bugs me is this line right here for this toupee you're wearing. Apparently, so we're gonna change that. It looks like you're wearing a hat or something. There we go.
I am wearing a toupee. How did you know? This hair is not real. I'm trying to be more like you. Uh-oh, he's mad. I got him mad.
All right. Look, I mean, look at this. Look at this. Look at what it looks like when I'm really going. Uh-oh.
What?
You
We
still there?
lost you.
There you are. Hey, so look at that. I mean, it just there's stuff all around. I mean, I got a pretty clean studio space happening in here, but when I'm really going for it, this area, like when I'm going for like a week in here, this all turns into this little ring. This turns into a boat of paper towel scrapings around here. This whole thing, you know.
Show
And
us
then
your studio. Give us a tour.
All right.
There's paint everywhere.
Yeah.
What a great studio. Nice space.
Yeah.
Really nice. Wow. Cool.
And then, so just having that mirror back there
Yeah.
really is really important tool. I'd say if you don't have a mirror in your studio, get one. It's really going to help to look at your work. So get my video to learn how to do this with portraits. And
PaintTube.tv. Too bad you don't have any awards there, Ryan.
I put them up. I love my awards.
Yeah, well, you deserve them.
There's a nice one. I like this painting a lot.
That's beautiful.
There's one of my in the Marines.
Cool.
But so
All right. Well,
look
Ryan,
at,
thank you so much for being on today. This has been really a pleasure to have you here. Where'd you go? There you are. Ryan, thank you so much. And for being so vulnerable and brave and willing to try a couple of different things. I really appreciate it. Remind everybody to get Ryan's video, Loosen Up Your Paintings, at PaintTube.tv, where there are hundreds of professionally produced art instruction courses. Ryan, thanks. We'll see. When am I going to see you next?
when am I going to see you again, Eric? We
We'll have
need
to
to,
figure
we
that
need
out.
to, we need to do lunch.
All right, we'll do lunch. All right.
All right, I'll
All
talk
right,
to you
Ryan,
later.
thank
Thanks
you
so
so
much for
much.
having me.
All right, take care. Our guest today, Ryan Jensen, and Ryan is a rock star, really catching on, really doing a lot of things. I was hoping he was going to say I'm going to see you at the plein air convention, but I know he was there last year. So that's coming up. I think it's sold out. There might be a couple of seats open up if somebody cancels. And there are some pre-convention workshops with Joe Paquette, Amit Kapoor, let's see, a basics course, and Aaron Schur in pastel. So make sure you get one of those. My event coming up in the Adirondacks has got a few seats left. That's my retreat coming up in June 8th, for a week, just painting, nothing more than painting. We feed you, we house you, you show up and paint, and we love having you. And then we're doing it again in the fall at Fall Color Week, and this one's going to be in California at Asilomar, which is closer to where Ryan lives. Maybe I'll see him there. Hey, you guys, thanks for tuning in. I'm Eric Rhodes, publisher of Fine Art Connoisseur Plein Air Magazine. Remember, you can do this. You can learn to paint. I couldn't paint a stick figure, but if you follow a process, if you watch 5 times, you watch this show a couple of times, and then you watch 5 other videos, it will give you the confidence to start painting. They're all on YouTube, 3 years worth, every weekday at 12 noon, all on YouTube. There's some marketing stuff there, etc. Just go to Art School Live on YouTube.